Welcome to VoxelVixens, where we discuss our nerdy interests week to week and you listen to us. I'm Amber.
I'm Rachel.
And today's topics are, well, the YouTube system and, you know, how it's really been kind of getting into copyright issues. So many people have been having copyright issues lately, and I'd like to talk about that. And you?
I like to talk about Resident Evil Outbreak.
Resident Evil Outbreak. Outbreak.
One of the good ones.
One of the good ones.
Yeah.
And if you have any suggestions for a topic next week, be sure to comment down below, and we might get to that.
Yeah.
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 All right. So, why don't you start us off?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm flattered. Okay, well, so this Resident Evil Outbreak was a PlayStation 2 game, and I have it. I have both of them. The File 1 and File 2, and I never played this online mode it had, because you had to get a connector, like an adapter, and you plugged it into the PlayStation,
Right.
and it's the PlayStation Network, pretty much, right?
Right.
This is before PlayStation Network, you know, all that
Right.
jazz. So, most people didn't have that. I didn't have it. It's money, you know, can't pay for that. So I never got to play the online mode that they had, and the servers went down, like, years ago, but there's still, like, servers in Japan. Some people decided to put up some servers, and it's running still in Japan. It's popular. It's a popular game.
People are just really interested in going onto the Japanese servers.
Yeah, because
Since the other ones are shut down.
Yeah, most people actually do get, like, emulators to, like, for the Japanese version. But the thing is, you really need to know Japanese, or else
Yeah,
you just,
well, yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of Japanese people know English. They have English classes, but...
But the thing is, when you're on, like, the menus, they're all in Japanese.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's a little
problem.
hard. Yeah. But I like this game, and to me, this game was just ahead of its time, because, you know, we have the PlayStation Network on PS3s and PS4s, and they're really nice because you just instantly connect. You don't have to go out and get an adapter or something. And so that was something new, which people didn't really know about it. I didn't know about it until I actually bought those games. I was like, oh, you can play online?
Oh, you can do online things.
What is this thing? You know, so I didn't know about that. But, I mean, like, imagine, like, what was it? Like, PlayStation 2 came out, like, oh god, I was in, like, middle school, probably. God.
I have no idea. Here, hold on. Let me just Google when PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 2. Keep talking.
Well, yeah, so, like, I mean, that came out long ago, and there was a network for it, you know, to go on and play online. And that's just, you know, that's ahead of its time.
PlayStation 2 came out 16 years ago.
Oh my god.
March 4th, 2000.
Wow. Oh, crap.
16 years ago.
God damn.
Whew, boy.
We're old.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, yeah, I mean, like, it's just one of those things that people didn't have, or, you know, people weren't interested in, and, you know, and nowadays everyone's interested to play online.
Yeah, it was just sort of like a thing then. It was just like,
like, oh,
you can do this,
you know,
but do you really want to do this?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of limited to the people who bought those, you know, adapters or something.
Yeah.
So you don't get a lot of people, you know, and that's...
But I think, like, nowadays, a lot of people are going back and playing more retro games anyway.
Oh, yeah, because they're all hipsters.
Well, we're all hipsters a
We're all
little
hipsters,
bit. We're all
yes.
hipsters on the inside. But yeah, no, like, people keep going back and playing all these retro games from, I mean, 2000s, which are retro now.
Yeah.
But people keep going back and playing all these old games because they remember
good.
them, they get nostalgic about them, and it's like, oh, I should go and do this again.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we've gotten into sort of like this nostalgic state with video games in general. Like, a lot of people complain about the new games, and then everyone just goes, let's go play this game again.
Yeah.
Or like the well, I mean, Nintendo syndrome is what I want to call it. Because Nintendo always re-releases things over and over again. So I keep feeling like calling it something like Nintendo syndrome. Just because...
It's a plague.
It is kind of a plague in a way. But at the same time, like, those games were really good games.
Yeah, they were. And, like, for this game, it was ahead of its time. You could, like, people that play Resident Evil, you guys know this. You can't walk and shoot. This game had walking and shooting. Like, that's, like, to me...
Is that really a thing?
That is a thing. Yeah, no. Okay, so in the 4th game, or, like, Resident Evil 4 with, like, Leon and everything, you couldn't even, like, walk and shoot. And it looks like something you would do.
Why?
And in the 5th game, the Resident Evil 5, you couldn't walk and shoot.
Why?
I don't know.
That's so weird.
But, like, here's the thing. It's not like you're running and shooting, because that's not accurate, and it doesn't make sense.
You just walk slower, right?
Yeah, no, seriously. In that game, you literally hold out the gun and just, you know, you target onto the... It does a manual target, because it's kind of impossible to actually aim, like, with joysticks like that.
Right.
But you can walk around. But
hard.
you're still, like, you know, limited to the fact that, oh, if you back up, you're backed up into a wall, you know?
Right.
So if you want to, like, run away, you just pull down your gun and just run, you know?
Yeah, but, like, you can't... You just have to stop entirely to shoot things
in the other games, yeah. In this game, you kind of... You pull out your gun and you can just sidestep. You can sidestep forward. You know, it's crazy.
Sidestepping doesn't work forward, Rachel.
I don't know. You
can
step forward.
Yeah, you can step forward. Revolutionary.
Goddamn.
Sidestep forward, guys. That's gonna be a new game feature. I'm waiting for it. Sidestepping forward.
Well, yeah, I mean, but yeah, this wasn't, like, big in the, I guess, newer games in PlayStation 3 games. Like, you know, Resident Evil 5 must have came out, like, I was in high school still. 2000 something.
Let's not guess, because apparently we're really old.
Really bad about that. So, but yeah, no. You couldn't, you know, walk and shoot a gun, and these people are trained, you know, as not assassins but mercenaries. You know, how is it that you have to stand still to shoot a goddamn zombie?
I mean, even if they weren't trained, I feel like a normal person would back up a little bit while trying to shoot some zombies.
Yeah, I mean, they're coming towards you, you want to kind of get out the way.
Yeah.
You know, and...
I can understand standing still giving you more aim. Like, that happens in things like Bethesda games. You stand still and you have much better aim.
Yeah, or you crouch.
Crouching too.
But, I mean... They could have, like, updated this in some of the newer games, you know? They could have. Yeah. It would make... I mean, seriously, someone that plays Resident Evil all the time, this is, like, mind-blowing. Like, come on, seriously. Walking and shooting was just, like, not a thing in some of the newer games. It's like, why?
That's ridiculous.
You know, yeah. So, and I'm, like, thinking, why is this the only game that's even younger than the Resident Evil 4? Yeah. Why is it this one is so updated, kind of, and, you know, the other one isn't? Yeah. And the fact that you play, like, you get to pick your own characters, right?
Right. I would figure.
Yeah. Well, you don't, you're not set to, like, because when some of the games, it's like, oh, you have to play Chris or Leon or, you know, you get to pick from majority, and this is a big kind of cast, which is nice. And
you have a good number of people to beat.
Yeah, you have a good number. There's, like, 6, I believe, or something like that.
All right.
And then you can unlock other people, which is kind of cool.
It's not bad.
But they have, like, traits. Mm-hmm. You know, so, like, I think the guy that's the cop, you start off with a gun, which is great. His accuracy, I believe, is better. And he's cocky. Like an ass. He's just cocky.
I'd pick him.
Yeah. But, you know...
I'd be the cocky guy.
But then you get, like, the student... Yeah. You get the student, and I think she likes him, which is kind of... like... Since it's not like a canon game,
this sounds like Fred and Daphne from Scooby-Doo.
Just like one of those.
Like the cocky, like, guy with the total thing around his neck, like posh as heck, and then...
Posh as hell.
And then there's... What is her name? Valerie or something?
Valerie?
I don't know.
What is
Daphne and...
Velma.
Velma. Daphne is who I'm thinking of, I think.
Yeah.
Why did I think Valerie? Daphne plus Val. Or Vel.
Velma, Valerie.
I added their games to their games.
Oh my god, I
can't speak today.
Yay.
Whoo, boy. Anyway, Daphne and Fred.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's kind of like... Well, because, yeah, sometimes she kind of gets in, like, oh, I need help, because she's a weak character. Not weak, but she has a obviously weak tendency, and she's not going to shoot. I think there's, like, Like, if you have, like, the booklet, it tells you, oh, she's not too keen. So if you have her as an AI, she won't usually pick up guns.
Alright.
You know? Which is kind of cool. Her major, like, good point for her is, like, she has a backpack.
Right.
So I use her as a carrying person. Like, just everything. It's like, here, hold on to this. It's just like, thank you.
Okay.
You take it away from her.
I can understand that, though. Oh my god, actually, completely off topic, but Fallout 4, the companions that follow you around, all of them, like, say things, like, when you pick up junk or something, sometimes they'll be like, why did you pick that up? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
funny.
Is that really worthwhile? Like, do we need that? But then sometimes, pretty much all of them will say this. They'll just be like, hey, if you ever run out of room, I can carry things.
Yeah.
Like, all of them are just set up to be pack mules.
That's pretty much what you use them for.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so, like, she's useful because
she's a pack mule.
And she stays with you. That's a good thing.
A pack mule that stays with you.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Since it's kind of, it's not, like, obviously open world area. It's more like you're in this areas, you know, like the first area you're in a bar.
Right.
But you can go through doors, right? And your AI friends could go through doors. They usually don't, but, you know, if they really, really wanted to, for some goddamn reason, they will go through a door, and it's just like, okay, they're gone, you know? But they'll go through just to do, like, random crap or pick up crap, and it's like, okay. They do their own things, which is kind of cool. Yeah. Some of them follow you, which is great, because I rather have my team following me than having them die somewhere off camera and coming back to life as a zombie.
Casually wandering off somewhere and just going, and I gotta go and hunt some zombies down and get killed.
That's a cool thing. If they die, though, they do become zombies.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like, it makes sense. And I think
they have, like, their own zombie designs and everything?
Yeah, they literally look like a zombie and they get back up. There's another one where it's, you're in a hospital and it's called, like, a leech man. There's leeches everywhere.
Right.
And it apparently attached, like, just a bunch of them attached to one human, and you can't really kill it. You have to, like, do a specific thing to get rid of it.
Oh.
It's not hard, it's just
annoying.
You just gotta do it, man, because he is annoying, right? So you do it, but if one of your characters dies, and a few minutes later, like, it's actually timed, he'll become a leech man.
Oh, God.
Yeah, because they decide, oh, this is a body and they're attached to it, which sucks, so you gotta make sure your characters don't die, which is useful. But I remember that, too. I remember getting one of those leech man characters. I think it was, like, a little, like, achievement, like, they're not achievement, but they're points.
Right.
To buy other, like, characters.
Okay.
Which is kind of nice.
It's like Don't Starve kind of thing?
Yeah.
You get points, basically.
Just doing anything.
Yeah. Well, it's more like you get points depending on how long you survive in that game.
Yeah. Well, the point system is, like, it's strange because it's kind of like achievements.
But not really.
Before achievements weren't even there.
Right.
Which is kind of funny because, like, in the first...
when did achievements happen?
I don't know. It just got very popular. Maybe for the 360? There were just achievement guides.
Maybe.
And stuff. That was a big thing. But yeah, no, these, like, were achievements for me, like, obviously, because at one point in the first, area, if you go outside and you hear a scream, you get, like, 20 points. But that doesn't always happen.
Right.
Like, I remember once, I kept restarting it because I really wanted to hear it. It was
like,
weird.
Random events sort of thing.
Yeah, it's just random. So, you know, it took like 3 times just to finally get it. And I'm like, oh, look at that. Okay, walk away. And then there's some where it's like...
finally, the scream that I've been waiting for.
I mean, some of them are just like, you walk around and there's a note in the, like, upstairs above the bar. And the guy's talking about, like, oh yeah, before this bar happened, the guy who owned it killed his wife or something. And I think that's the scream.
Just like sort of, plot element sort of
thing.
Yeah,
so, and that's why the scream's there. It's not just because it's not because someone's dying off, it could be, but it's not because someone's dying off, you know, thing. But there's other, like, elements to, like, you go downstairs into the winery area, and there's bottles being pushed over. It's like, whoa, that's weird.
Yeah.
It doesn't always happen, but it happens.
Alright, that makes sense.
But so
it's just like a sort of side plot thing?
Yeah, so
sometimes you'll find something for it?
Yeah, and it's kind of like, oh, was that just random, or was that a ghost, you know?
Yeah.
And it's kind of creepy, because you walk down and it's empty and it's quiet and you're like, is there a zombie in here? It's like, no.
No, nothing is down here.
But it's like, that's a good game because it's like, first you get achievements, you can walk,
you kind of get achievements. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
so yeah, it was ahead of its time.
Yeah,
so
I mean, these are things that we all have
It
now.
had this sort of multiplayer online play sort of thing. It had everything that games nowadays, if they don't
always
have,
yeah.
people are like really upset about.
Yeah, so I mean, like it's just fun, and then I mean the AIs are kind of stupid. I mean, one time
the AIs are always stupid.
Well,
is there any game that has good AI?
They're not that bad.
Okay,
I mean they are actually pretty good. It's just the fact that some of them just are stubborn as hell because like the cop, he doesn't like.
Well, he's cocky though.
Yeah,
that's good for him.
But that's the thing. There's another guy that's kind of cocky, and they don't clash together. So if you have them on your team, they're and you're like someone else, and they're like the two AIs, they'll just run off in the direction. And you're like, well, fuck, I'm alone now. And that's why you don't want to be alone. You want to have a good, want to have a good team that sticks with you. And
I think it's just because they're cocky, though.
Yeah, I mean, like, come on, he's a policeman. He's like, I'm a do good.
I can totally handle myself out here. Don't need to worry about me, player. Dead.
Like sometimes I kind of follow them. And they're like just shooting, but they run out of bullets so fast because they're being the hero. The other one kind of goes off because he's a loner, you know. Yeah. And they just clash, and it's kind of funny to see that because I was playing as one of the main characters. Or the cop, that's what it was. And I was trying to give the guy some medicine, and he did not take it. And then he just, like, passed out, died.
What the heck? He's just like, nah, man.
Nah, man. He just
bro.
killed over. I'm like,
nah, I don't need this. I'm fine. I'm fine, okay?
Yeah.
And then you're dead. Well, like, good job.
It was stupid, but it was like, oh, crap. He died. I'm like, alright, we're leaving him.
Not again.
But another fun thing about it is okay, so you can't be too pushy with them. Right. That's another weird thing because you have like you hold the R1 button or the L1 button and you can use the controls to like talk to them.
Okay.
I mean, they're already set, but like
set dialogue options.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like one stick does the name.
Right.
And one does like, "Hey, over here, this way."
Right.
Get down or hide, you know. So sometimes you'll be like, hey, and then you can say one of the characters' names. And then they'll be like, what? And they'll actually come towards you. And that's interesting.
Yeah, that's neat.
That's really good mechanics right there.
Yeah.
I mean, they're actually responding to you.
Yeah.
And then they'll come up to you and be like, and then you can be like, here, and then you can hold it out, and they'll be like, oh, thank you, and they'll take it.
Oh.
That's interesting to me.
That's cute, too.
Yeah. I mean, like, when I got that, I'm like, holy crap, I can talk to them. They're not just stupid AIs wandering around ramming themselves into walls. It's just...
You can kind of do something like that in Fallout 4 now, but I feel like it's almost...
scripted? Kind of.
It doesn't work as well as it should. Mm-hmm. Like, you can point your cursor at one of your followers, and you can press the activate button, and then you can basically, like... You can point them somewhere.
Yeah.
You can just tell them, like, go here.
Yeah.
Or you can point at an object that's a little bit farther away from you and say, go pick that up.
Yeah.
Or you can point at them and just hit the activate button again, and it'll be like, wait here.
Yeah.
But those are the only orders that you can really give them from, like, any sort of distance, and it's all that you can really say to them.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, hey, come here.
And they'll just do it automatically anyway, huh?
But they don't really, I mean, they'll just be like, alright.
Well, in this game, if you kind of keep pressuring them, or, you know, and if they don't like you, or if they're, like, different, like the shy girl, she definitely, you know, will do whatever you tell her, which is kind of funny, but the thing is, sometimes you ask them something, and it's like, or come here, and they'll be like, no, and they'll literally walk away. It's like, fuck.
Oh, damn.
Because
see, that would be a lot more interesting, though.
Seriously, it was actually fleshed out pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, some of the characters are stupid, because I think at one point, one of the girl with the backpack went to go get, like, a fucking object in the middle of, like, this shark-infested area.
Oh, boy.
And since the sharks are actually zombie sharks...
Oh, boy.
This is Resident Evil, man.
Everything
turns into zombies.
So, like, okay, if one of your follower people dies... Mm-hmm. Can you get another one, or...?
No.
Okay.
No, so you're kind of, in the first game, you get, like, certain people so you can always pick a character.
Right.
And that character so if you have, like, the cop, you get 2 certain characters. And then next or
okay,
if you
so
want
it's
to pick
just
something
set
else.
per character.
Yeah, so it's kind of rotates, so every character would actually make sense. So, like, if I have the cop and Yoko, which is the student, the shy student,
yeah,
there's always that other specific character. And if I play as Yoko, I always get those other two characters.
Alright, yeah.
But in the second game, which is kind of just more like adding to the first game, it's just more levels.
Right.
You can just pick whoever character you want,
well.
which I kind of didn't like.
Yeah.
It wasn't so fun. It made it too easy.
It means that you don't have to replay it as often, basically.
Yeah, I mean the point of it being easy is, I always picked Yoko and the nurse or the bartender because she had healing items and Yoko had like a backpack, and they will always follow you.
Yeah.
But in the other one, you had to make sure, well, I'm stuck with this character, so I have to figure out how to work with this character.
Yeah, you have to kind of figure it out because you want to play whatever the main character that you're trying to pick is, but you have to work with the characters you're given. And I can understand that being annoying to some people, but at the same time, it's like...
That's how it kind of is in real life, and in situations like that.
You have to work with people that you don't necessarily like working with sometimes.
Or they have certain traits that it's just like, why is he running off?
It's kind of like, well, I'm in a zombie apocalypse scenario, and these are the people that I have to deal with.
Sometimes you get two leaders in a group.
Yeah.
And one of them is obviously following, so... And it's a good strategy, because in the first game, again, when they had the three character types, it's always, not always clashing, but it's always evened, or like, leveled out, which is kind of nice, because you don't get like two characters that hate one of your characters. It's like, fuck, which is good, but it was so good,
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure when you're playing like online, obviously it's people, and I think you could play with 4 people instead of like 3, the 3 you get in the single player. But it's interesting because sometimes you don't have to have this headset to talk, because you can still use those buttons. It's like, hey, here's the thing. It's just like, oh, nice, thanks, But, that's the fun thing about it. You have these characters with certain traits that actually can't do things,
Right.
Like, you can't hide under
beds. You
beds.
have to work with things. You have to try and make things work out.
Yeah, like certain characters are bigger and they can't hide.
Yeah.
Some characters are, weaker, but they have another strength, Yeah. Which is nice. I mean, in certain levels, actually the bigger characters can't actually crawl under the vents, so you have to make them wait there. And if you take too long, a zombie might pop up, and if they don't have a gun, they're kind of screwed.
Well, I mean...
Sometimes you gotta leave your character, which is crazy.
Okay, that's...
Yeah, because they can't do something, right?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it's interesting. It makes you kind of rush too.
You would. Is there any way to like still get them to be able to do the same sort of things in certain scenarios? Like maybe there's a bigger hiding place for the bigger character or something like that. Or is it just like?
I'm trying to remember certain areas.
That's the limitation that you've got.
I mean, there's very little limitations they get, but it's just like, you get 2 thinner characters and you have to go under the vets, and it's like, well, you gotta leave this one character. So, in certain areas too, like there's this is all set during...
So it's just specific areas.
Yeah, but this entire, like, the first one, and I think the second one too, is set in the, you're in Raccoon City, which is, where the outbreak started. This is during... Resident Evil 2 and I believe 3. So you do go through places. Goddamn
There's someone revving an engine outside.
For no particular
And if you can hear that, I really apologize, but we can't stop them and they're just being really stupid.
Yeah. So yeah, anyway, so there's just, you're kind of going through what the other characters did, like the actual main characters did in the original game.
Right.
Which is kind of funny because I think at one point in 2, you go by a hotel, and it's burnt down, and you don't know why, but there was just a fire before or just maybe during the outbreak, and during the Resident Evil Outbreak, You go through that.
Really?
Yeah, you go through that. I was trying not to say it. I'm like, this is gonna sound so stupid. Well, you go through the hotel whilst it's burning. So it's kind of like, oh, you were here just before the other character got there, or you know.
Alright.
So, and it correlates really well to the actual series, which is really nice. Because I'm like, oh, I remember this when my brother used to play it.
Yeah, I love things like that. I love when they actually reference things that I mean, not really that, like, not specific things like this is what you did in the other game or something like that, but just like, oh, this person was here once. Like, like in the Baconing a little bit. A couple of the characters were like
already
talking
there
about,
and you have to know it,
Yeah, they were talking about things that you did with them in the past, and I didn't like that as much, but like, when a game references an entirely different person, then that's cool.
Yeah, because like, not only did it just reference them, it was more like, you're during the same exact time this person's running around the same place.
Yeah.
Because it's the Outbreak. It's not like 2 different years. It's literally that time. And it's kind of interesting to see these characters because they start off a bar. No one knows that the Outbreak's happening. So, it's like, oh crap, you know, they have to survive. And it's just like the other characters you have in the original game. They have to survive.
Yeah.
Which is, it's really funny. I think even the cop mentions the fact that once you get out of the city area, he's like, man, I was supposed to go help out today for a new recruit, but he didn't show up, so blah blah blah. That's why he went to the bar or something like that. The new recruit is Leon from the second game.
Oh.
And he didn't show up because he was running late or something like that, or he slept in. I don't know. So it's just making fun of the fact.
That's cute.
It correlates to the fact that he was late to the police station, so he wasn't there. When everything went to, like, shit.
Which is why they ended up at different places at different times.
It's really interesting to say, oh,
that's neat.
Funny.
That's really neat.
And I think at one point he's, like, whilst he's talking about that, he's in, like, the SWAT car because they're being taken out from, they, like, met up with some SWAT teams. There's a speeding, cop car going past, and he's like, that's what he's talking about, and you're supposed to make the reference, oh, that's probably Leon and Claire, because they got into a police car and they started speeding faster because there's a zombie in the back.
Oh,
so
well
it's
then.
It's making fun of the fact that, oh, he's talking about it. I think that's him.
Also, going back to the whole server thing.
Yeah.
I remembered that there's actually something kind of like that. I've been watching someone play Pokemon Platinum. And they're playing it, you know, now, not in the past.
Yeah.
So, they've been playing it without some of the features that the game was basically made to point you towards.
Yeah.
Like, that game was the game that came out with things like the Global Trading Center and stuff like that. Yeah. So it keeps pointing you towards all of these Wi-Fi opportunities, but the Wi-Fi system is shut down for the DS.
Yeah.
So it's the same sort of thing. Like, you can do this, you know.
Yeah.
You could have in the past, once upon a time.
I think the thing is, right now, if that game came out like today, it would.
I think it would be popular.
It would probably be popular, and it would probably be up because it has all the good features.
Yeah, just get a HD remake of that.
Just do that.
Just get some Nintendo syndrome going on.
Capcom, right? Yeah, Capcom. What am I thinking? I was thinking Konami, but then that's Silent Hill. That's a totally different thing. I'm like, which one's which? I'm like trying to remember. No, but yeah, It
sounds like it's a really solid game.
It sounds like a good game even now. Like,
yeah, it sounds like a really solid game.
The online feature sounds good.
I think the only problem with it is that it's old now, so you have to play on the old system, right?
Yeah. The problem is, like, it's shut down because no one was playing those games, and it's mainly because people didn't buy their, like, connector to get on the internet.
Yeah, because it wasn't that popular back then. Yeah. Not a lot of people had Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and they weren't, like,
only 10 years ago.
Yeah.
10 years ago when the PlayStation 2 came out, not that many people had Wi-Fi.
Yeah, for connecting to their PlayStation.
Here we are now.
Yeah, I mean, so it would probably do good. I'm thinking if they ever did it, like, digitally on the PlayStation Network, that would be great, because then I think it would work. I think they should try something like that, where it's like, okay, we could probably go back to a game and let's see. I mean, they have everything built in. I'm not sure how much it would take to, like, actually convert it, but it seems like it would do good.
It does seem
even
like
if they're just trying to test it out to see how people are reacting to it, I think people would like it.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people would.
Yeah.
Honestly, it seems like the game that a lot of people keep asking for.
Yeah, I mean...
Because a lot of people do keep asking for a game that's like that, but it's
like, better AI, somehow to control better,
yeah,
you know.
some way to talk to the AI and make them not seem like they're just sort of...
Yeah.
That's the other thing, like, they can die.
Yeah.
And they can dislike you or like you.
And that affects the fact that you're talking to them.
Yeah, it makes them seem less like just... you can shoot things for me and you can hold my items.
Yeah, it was useful. I mean, this is like, again, ahead of its time. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it sounds like a really good game.
Like, I mean, for like even Fallout and like even Skyrim, they were just mindless AIs.
Mindless drones.
Yeah, I mean, like,
the only thing that Skyrim had going for it over like Fallout 4 is that Skyrim, at least your companions could die.
Yeah.
Fallout 4, well, I mean, not all of them, but some of them.
They're pretty, like, somehow thick-skinned for some reason.
Yeah, but in
I
Fallout
can take
4,
these bullets for
no
you.
one can die.
My god.
No one can die, and there's no, like, option to turn that on and off or anything, and someone is gonna mod it in the future.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, what was the name of this game again?
Resident Evil Outbreak.
Resident Evil Outbreak. So if you want a game like that,
dude,
there's apparently also a Japanese server that you can play on, so...
If you know how to do any of that, which I don't.
Well,
I wish I did. Go do it. It's
go learn
fun.
Japanese.
Yeah, go learn Japanese.
Just go learn Japanese, guys. It'll be fine. Alright, so now we move on to the next topic of the day, which is YouTube.
Your rant?
Well, I'm okay. It's a rant, but it's also talking about some other things about YouTube, just in general. But the main thing is the copyright system. So a lot of people have been making these videos for a while now called, on a topic called Where's the Fair Use?
Mm-hmm.
And they were making all of these things basically saying, what the fuck is going on, YouTube? You're taking down people's videos for no reason, and then...
This started up really, like, just this year. People are like, okay, we need to figure this out.
It didn't start up this year. It's been going on for a long time.
Yeah. But people are just, like,
people are
pissed
now
this year.
Finally trying to band together and get things worked out for real. Like, it's almost to the protest stage of things. Because it's gotten to the point where people's channels are getting taken down for really stupid reasons. Mm-hmm. It's gotten to the point where there are full-on companies that are just dedicated to going to bigger YouTubers' channels and saying that they copyright the video just so they can get the ad revenue.
That's horrible.
Just so they can steal the money. And that money never comes back.
Yeah.
They can never transfer that money back or anything. And the copyright strike will stay there, and they'll keep getting the ad revenue until the system finally, answers your request to change things.
Yeah. It's horrible.
Even if you don't have the song or clip or anything they're referencing in your video, it can still happen, and it can still work.
Because wasn't it the fact that it's like a ask questions later thing? Just take down first, ask questions later? Yeah,
and that was fine when YouTube was smaller. It wasn't the best idea, but it was a good idea in terms of it.
Just in case we don't know how to do this right now, so you don't want to have it linger.
It was it was to watch YouTube's back for itself.
Yeah.
It was to make sure that YouTube didn't get itself shut down because it didn't take down a copyright
it's kind of
fast
fair.
enough or something like that.
It's kind of fair to them, and it makes sense.
It makes sense for them, but now it's gotten to the point where people are completely abusing the system.
Yeah, so now it's unfair.
And even if they're not abusing the system, it's gotten to the point where you will have videos on things like game commentaries and reviews and stuff like that, and even like game walkthrough sort of things, which Let's Plays in general are kind of an iffy subject.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have said they're fair use, it works, it's fine, but some people keep trying to say, no, it's not fair use, it's not okay.
Like, with Nintendo, didn't they say, like, anything
Nintendo was upset about people doing Let's Plays before.
Yeah.
Now they seem to have, like, cooled their jets a little bit. They're fine with it now.
Because if you put anything with Nintendo, and they were, like, back then, they were like, oh, we want that money, whatever you do. Or,
so they
or
would
just don't put it out.
They would completely take your content.
Like,
or they would just completely tell you to take it down. Because I think they didn't want people to see what was in the game without buying the game, but I think it's gotten to the point where that's what people want. Yeah. They want to see what they're getting before they get it. Or, like, I mean, Let's Players in general, honestly, cause games to get a lot more money.
Yeah, that's because how I buy games.
Yeah, it's how I buy games too. Yeah. I watch Let's Players and I go, oh my god, that's like the best game ever. I really want that. Or, I mean, in the case of Stardew Valley, someone just posted it on my Facebook page, but...
I watched you play and I want to play it.
Yeah,
I seriously do want to play that.
That's the thing. Like, I was about to say, my mom, I mean... a little bit awkward, but my mom has been watching our YouTube videos, and my mom watched us play Long Live the Queen, and Stardew Valley, and City Skylines. I played both of those ones, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
She watched those ones, and she was like, oh my god, I need this, and she bought them! She went out and bought those games for herself. So, like, yeah, you watch Let's Players, and you're like, oh,
this is something that I could play. This seems interesting to me.
Or you get really into it, and you, like, can't even wait for the next episode, and you're just sort of like, oh man, now I have to go buy the game, because I can't wait. But, yeah, so, I think Nintendo might have realized that, too. Yeah. And they might have realized that it really gives them a lot of extra free ads. Yeah. Basically.
Wait, technically, it kind of is free ad. Why would
free
you
advertising.
Kinda, like, I understand sometimes they're making money off of that advertisements, but shit, for, like, big companies like Rooster Teeth, man, if they're, like, showing you this new game that's gonna come out, it's like, yeah, they're making their own time out of it. Yeah, they're getting a couple cents out of it sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it really is only a couple of cents.
That's a huge community that's seen that game.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh,
it really does end up being only a couple of cents. And I could understand before if it was actually just not wanting people to see the entire game before they bought it or something.
Yeah.
Just wanting people to actually play through it, buy the game, play through it to see what's in it. I can understand that.
Yeah.
But it seems like a lot more people are going out and watching entire Let's Plays and then buying games.
You know, that reminds me, there's the creators of Corpse Party, they didn't want people, because I think it came out in Japan, they didn't want anyone to do Let's Plays on it, because they wanted to keep it quiet first.
Yeah.
And so they would ban people who were playing the thing. But, I mean, that's Let's Plays, and I understand it. Yeah, I wanted to see someone play it, but they were like, I can't do it, because they already said no, and that's respecting their wishes, which is okay.
It is respecting their wishes, and if a developer says, please don't Let's Play this game, then you shouldn't Let's Play the game.
The thing is, it's not that it's just exclusive to this one area or region.
Right.
It was going to come out, but they wanted it to be like, surprise, it's out, woo!
Right.
Yeah, today, it's like, go play it, And I wasn't gonna go play it because I don't have like I think it came out like on PlayStation Vita and I don't have, or PS Vita, and I don't have that, so.
PlayStation Vita and PS Vita are the same thing.
I'm dumb. I forget.
But yeah, so I can understand if a developer just doesn't want someone to Let's Play the game immediately, even just wait maybe a month or something like that, or
see how it goes,
or even then just be like, if they really just don't want someone to Let's Play the game, I can understand them taking it down, but at the same time, like, automatically taking things down,
that's a little cruel.
That's where I end up drawing the line.
There was another person that they made like a like Guadalajara and the Great Blue Sea and like Mogeko Castle, like the girl someone made that, and they were like, something happened on Tumblr. I have no idea what happened, but I keep hearing Tumblr keeps popping up, and I'm like, oh crap.
Something happened. Very ambiguously.
And I think it's because like at certain routes and certain bad ends, it seems a little touchy subject, and it's like, okay. But it's not like the creators said, no one can play this game anymore, blah blah blah. they were asking, please don't do Let's Plays anymore. But the people who already did the Let's Plays, it was fine, but they said, please don't make any more. I don't want to deal with that. And it's like, oh, I'm going to miss whoever was playing it, you know, but I get it. It's respecting their wishes.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
That is fine. If someone just really doesn't want their game Let's Played, people should really respect that. But
when they're going in and saying, oh, take down.
When they're taking things down for reasons like, okay, the worst one is taking things down that are like legitimate reviews.
Yeah.
Like actual, just a video review of something.
Just because it's hurting their...
Yeah, there was one big one. It wasn't a game, but it was on a movie. Like, you know the channel I Hate Everything?
I think, yeah.
It's a channel that just basically goes and there's some really sarcastic guy talking about things that he doesn't like. Mm-hmm. But he was doing this sort of like series on really, really bad movies, trying to find the worst movie possible. And he found one movie that was on like something called Cool Cat or something like that. It was a really creepy cat, and I don't want to start talking about it too much because I don't want this video to get taken down.
Oh, okay.
But he made a review on it saying how shitty it was, basically, and the person that made the movie showed up like, how dare you!
Oh my gosh.
Like, what the fuck are you doing? This is the best thing ever! Cool Cat has done so much for me! And like, took down the video.
Oh my god.
And was like sending him death threats or something.
That's horrible! What the hell?
Yeah, it was really terrible. It was like, this is a legitimate review. I am allowed to have my opinions on things, and you can't silence opinions.
Yeah.
You can't silence someone's opinions. If you want to silence someone's, like, gameplay or something like that, you can stop that. That is in your right. It is your property. You can stop that. But he wasn't even showing really
anything. He was just
any
talking
clips
about it.
or yeah. He was just talking about it, and it was a shitty movie, and the guy just, I don't know, didn't believe that it was shitty or something.
Well, I mean, he made himself, yeah. Well, there's another person that did a game review, and I guess they talked crap about it, and they, the people that made it, I guess they, like, made this weird text. They took his video, made some weird text, and layered it saying, oh, this is where he's talking. He didn't even finish the game, blah, blah, blah. And then that guy came back in and talked over those texts in his voice. Or, like, I think they were, like, bashing him, saying, oh, he's stupid. And, like, so he would, like, say it was
There's
crazy.
Something that, see, on the other side of things, there's things like PewDiePie did a review of Bear Simulator.
I heard about this one.
Yeah, and the creator of Bear Simulator decided to never make games again in his entire life.
That's
but,
sad.
like, it's still his opinion.
Yeah.
It's still not something that you can silence. It sucks, but...
But I remember listening to someone talking about that. I think it was on The No, and they were talking about, like, yeah, but it, you know, yeah, it's his opinion, blah, 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 but it's the fact that kind of just bashed that guy, and now he's just sad. It's like, aw.
It is sad.
But it's the fact that it's because PewDiePie has tons of viewers.
Yeah.
They take it too hard.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
That was the real problem.
That's kind of, not crazy, that's scary. Like, he has
It's like Justin Bieber. He's the Justin Bieber of the internet.
He has control over people, and it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
But yeah, if he says, oh, I don't like this game, some people are like, I believe him. It's like, okay.
Yeah, this game is terrible. Yeah, I know that there was a lot of bashing comments on the Steam page for Bear Simulator. And, it's not a good game. It's not.
Yeah, I saw it.
It
was something.
It was something. He had a Kickstarter for it. He probably should have done a lot more.
He got money for it, and he did release it. He did do what he said he was going to do, but...
Yeah,
I don't think until, to the point where... I think there was a couple things that were going to come out.
I had seen it when it was still in the Kickstarter phase.
Yeah.
And it looks basically the same.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like he changed anything.
I think he was supposed to add it later on.
Yeah.
But the point was, yeah.
Yeah. He should have done a lot more with the game than he did, and it ended up being nothing good.
If the bear was walking on all fours, I would have been like, oh, it's more...
Yeah,
better. I swear to God.
That's what I expected, too. That was one of the things that a lot of people expected to be added in the game eventually.
It's just a bear walking. It's
yeah,
like, whoa.
it's just you have bear hands. You know how you walk in those, like open world RPGs or something and you can see your hands sometimes? It's just bear hands.
Your hands really have to be far out just to see your hand. Like, from a normal
perspective. Well, no, I can see my hands right here.
Yeah, but like, these hands were, like, literally, they would have to be up to your, like, head to see, like...
I could see my hands from pretty close, but at the same time, like...
Yeah. Like, okay, this bothers me.
This is, like, fully seeing your hands, like, in front of your face sort of thing.
And you pick things up. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. It would have been kind of cool. Like, that, it's not like that was the major thing that, like, broke it for me. There's, you know, obviously it was kind of dorky, but it's a simulator.
Yeah.
But the thing was, it was more like... Oh, it could have been really... Like, could have been, like,
really
a bear simulator.
It could have been, like, Goat Simulator sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like, Goat Simulator was, like, a, like... funny sort of hit in a way. I really like the Goat Simulator multiplayer mode.
Yeah.
It's like an RPG sort of MMO
game.
Yeah,
the RPG one, yeah. That looks actually pretty funny.
It's Goat Simulator the MMO.
Yeah.
It's pretty great. But yeah, like I don't know. He really just didn't put in as much work as he probably could have.
Yeah.
And it seems like he just released the same thing that he put a trailer out of, like, a year ago, maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So...
And then people bashing it, it's like, yeah, they got their opinions, but man... Gotta remember, you have followers that will probably be like, I will follow you to the ends of the earth, so you gotta make sure you pick your words right.
Yeah.
And that's why some creators always, like, take down certain things, because it's not that they say bad things, it's sometimes they say the wrong thing. And
but at the same time, it's... if you have something and you really want to put out a review on it, and you really don't think that it's a good product, and people decide to take your opinion on it, then you really can't do much about that.
Yeah, you can't.
It's just the way things are, you know?
But I think something happened with PewDiePie, that he got in trouble for saying something, just one thing was wrong. Or not wrong, it was just the sentence he said wasn't...
Oh, I know that he was saying things like, I can't even make this funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it was in, like, a different video, like, a long time ago. He said something, and that got him in, like, just trouble.
Yeah,
because he said something. Yeah, but it's
the way
like,
you say things can't get you in
certain things could just be, you know, the reason why you get your videos taken down.
Yeah.
But it's usually not, that's not the problem.
Usually that is not the problem. Usually the problem ends up being, and I will list them off... Someone is trying to take your ad revenue.
Yep.
The automatic system has decided that your song is copyrighted and you can't use it, which I will talk about in just a second. The creator has decided that your review isn't up to standards.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So they take it down. And then the pretty much the best one out of the bunch is just that someone decides to take it down because it's, like, offensive to them.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, you said something that I didn't like. So, there it goes.
Gone.
It could be, like, on their game or product or something like that. But half of the time, it could just be someone random on the internet going, I'm taking this video down, and I'm taking your ad revenue because you said something I didn't like.
Yeah.
That can happen, and that's a problem.
Isn't there other ones where it's, like, imposters, too? Like,
yeah, no, there are some imposter companies, too. I Hate Everything, again, got a, video taken down about, that, annual video?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Damn Daniel or something like that.
Damn Daniel, yeah.
It's because he was wearing shoes, so I don't even know what the hell that was.
Back at it again with the white vest.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I Hate Everything made a video about that, saying I hate Damn Daniel.
Yeah.
And it got taken down by a company claiming to be doing it for Damn Daniel.
What?
Yeah.
But it went so far with other people too.
But it wasn't actually for Damn Daniel at all.
Yeah.
It was just something else. It was just some other company that was just
like
oh yeah, no, this is ours.
There's a lot of people getting their videos taken down because of that one, wasn't it?
Because of Dan Daniel?
Yeah.
Or because of the company? I think it's because of the company. Because I know the company in general was taking down a lot of videos and just
I think that's what it was. Yeah. Which is weird, but all right.
Yeah. But the copyright system on YouTube is kind of fucked right now. So, talking about that bit about music, if you noticed, one of our little Inferno videos got really weird quality
I thought I seriously put it in my headphones. I was like, what the hell? Are my headphones broken? I was gonna be pissed.
No, not your headphones. Yeah. It is actually our video, because YouTube said that the music got a copyright strike against it. The shop music, specifically.
I don't understand.
I guess it was too loud or something. I don't know. A lot of people have done YouTube videos on Little Inferno.
Yeah, I've seen. That's why I'm so confused. I've seen.
We had 4 more videos before that didn't have anything.
And it was just that one. I think it was number 5.
It was the 5th episode of it.
Oh, it's stupid.
So I pressed the little button that was like, oh, okay, take out that song, and it just decided to turn the video quality into shit.
Yeah. And then it just switches at certain points. Wasn't it like...
Yeah, it just switches back and forth.
If you see it, you can hear it. Like, you can see that there's a... Oh, sometimes it does go away, the video.
Sometimes it does. And then, like, also the music doesn't actually, like, get cut most of the time. It's just like,
you hear, like, a black... Like, nothing in the background, then all of a sudden the music kicks back up. It's like, what the hell happened?
Yeah. So, if you thought that recording was a little bit wonky, that's why. Because YouTube decided that we couldn't play the Little Inferno shop music for some...
We have, like, 50-something views. No, how is this happening?
I know, we have...
How did we get caught?
We have 56 subscribers right now, and that happened.
Somehow we got caught.
Somehow we got caught.
Oh, no.
We did a bad.
We had our hands in our pockets.
Oh, man. But, yeah, so... It's
confusing. I didn't know you could, like, push a button to, like...
Yeah, neither did I until now.
Really? Is that something new? Because I've never seen that before.
And really, the only thing that it actually was going to do, if I hadn't pressed that button, it would have just been like, alright, you can't monetize this video.
Yeah.
And it would have just taken the ad revenue and given it to someone else. But I wanted to kind of not have the copyright claim there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you don't want that on your permit record.
I've already unmonetized the rest of the Little Inferno videos. Which, I mean, it's just a couple of ads anyway. We barely get any clickbait things anyway.
Yeah.
But, you know, just in case. Oh, shit. Someone's calling me and you heard my terrible ringtone.
Is that, like, standard? Does it come with that?
No, that was from Undertale.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nerd.
Yeah.
Nerd! No, just kidding.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, so... Copyright system is fucked.
Yeah, I came in here today and she was like, yeah, so we had one of ours, like, copyrighted. I'm like, what the hell happened? What?
What did we do?
What went wrong? I was so nervous for a few seconds. I was like, what happened?
We've been making sure that everything was okay.
Because, I mean, we have a couple that aren't just, you know, one night stands, I guess.
One night stands? What are you talking about?
Talking about how we don't have just one video on one video. I mean, we have a couple that came out, like Little Inferno. There's 5 of them.
Oh, yeah, no, there's 6 now.
Oh, there's 6,
yeah.
Right. So I was a little worried that all of them might have been in trouble.
No,
and we might have been
one
really in trouble.
For some reason.
It's just one.
Just one video. Really weird.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure what happened. What did it say? It was just the YouTube says, oh, this is copyrighted music. It was just
the copyrighted music in the shop. So we're not going to be playing any more Little Inferno.
That sucks.
Just because I want to avoid that, unfortunately.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Unless we can find a really, really workaround about that, but yeah, we don't have enough time for that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're just doing this as a hobby anyway.
Yeah.
We're not getting paid here.
Yeah, we have to actually go out and get jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, this is
Though, at the same time, I mean, the money that Californians are gonna get is gonna raise soon.
Hey!
The minimum wage is gonna raise to $15 an hour.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, YouTube though. This is not our job or anything, so we
don't have jobs.
Yeah.
We really don't.
Well, I do.
Oh yeah, you do.
I'm
sorry. Whoops.
You're the one that's jobless over here. Sitting
hey,
here
I had a job at the school or at the college, and then that was only for like 3 months, but that's fine.
How rude.
What? I'm sorry. I forgot.
Anyway, the other thing that I wanted to talk about was just Let's Plays in general and watching them and stuff.
Yeah.
I just wanted to talk about it a little bit because, like,
yeah.
I was wondering if you did the same thing that I did ever, which is, like, I set up my laptop right next to my desktop. I mean, you can see it right there. The rest of the people can't, but I set up my laptop right next to my desktop, and then while I'm playing a game, if I'm not recording it, I'm, like, sitting there watching a Let's Play of the same game. And it's a little bit because, like, sometimes the Let's Player will do something different, and I'll be like, oh, I can do that!
Hey.
Or, like, usually it's just to have, like, some sort of background noise.
Yeah.
And, like, keep me interested in the game a little bit. Because it's like, I'm not the only one doing it's like playing along with someone a little bit.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
But yeah, so I'll have someone playing the same game on my laptop while I'm playing the game.
That's crazy.
I was wondering if, like, you ever did anything like that. No?
Well...
It's probably just a me thing.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I don't have a desktop. I only have the laptop. And
oh, yeah.
So, but the thing is, I
just do it on your phone.
I do go into the living room and I watch TV whilst playing my games.
Yeah.
And,
it's nice to have the background noise.
Yeah, it is. It's so weird because sometimes I go into the living room and I'm like playing a video game on my own. It's like, I don't feel like playing anymore. I feel so sad and empty. Everything's weird. So I do turn on the TV just to listen.
For some reason, it's just like background noise is so required now.
I know. And then my brother comes and he's like, one or the other. And I'm like, no, leave it on. He's like, both. Pick. And
both,
like,
all the time, forever. Yeah, no, I do both.
Yeah. So.
I'll be sitting here and watching a Let's Play of someone play the same game that I'm playing while I'm playing the game. So, I mean, yeah.
Just a little weirder.
Hey, shut up, okay? Shut up.
Alright. Okay.
And sometimes maybe, like, they'll see something that I don't see or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that could happen.
Maybe I just missed an event or something like that.
Well, sometimes I do, like, whilst I'm playing a game, I want to see what happens with something else, or, so I go off and just check it, just to see, oh, did I miss anything, and what am I missing, and then I'm like, okay, back to game. But,
Yeah, but that's what I do.
Yeah.
Oh, the other thing that I was thinking about recently about YouTube is that, like, a lot of small YouTubers, I actually feel like are better than the bigger YouTubers.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not only do they interact with their followers,
they
actually talk to people, and they actually see what they want to see and what don't want to see, or answer their comments or stuff like that.
Yeah.
They
know how to edit.
They know how to edit, but they have things... I don't want to say they have time. It's kind of that they have time, but it's like, when you watch the bigger YouTubers, their shows and things seem very scripted, and...
you have to get... Well, yeah, I think, like, for the Achievement Hunters, one time I saw, like, the board that they were, like, their actual board, and it says what to do next, like, for the next month.
Yeah.
And they have to play they have to have content, so they have to make sure that they have a set, and we don't have anything right now.
No, smaller YouTubers can just be like, alright, I don't really feel like playing this game anymore.
Or
like I was saying, we're probably not going to play Little Inferno anymore because of that copyright strike.
It's such a good game, though.
It's a good game,
it's cute.
But unfortunately.
Sorry.
But yeah, I mean, smaller YouTubers can just sort of pick what they want to do and what they don't want to do. If they're getting bored with a game, they can stop. Even if their following might be a little bit upset about it, but most of the time they'll understand because they're not rabid fans like the bigger YouTubers. They're just sort of like normal people, like, oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I understand. I get it. And then, like, with bigger YouTubers, just they sound a lot more... They're trying to play a character, almost.
They're trying to be like. They're trying to be them. That's the thing. They're trying to be them too hard, I guess, is what you're saying?
Well, no, I mean, like Markiplier. Markiplier started out and he seemed a lot more genuine, but now he doesn't seem as genuine.
Why have I heard that before? I've heard that before. Someone... Where have I heard that before?
He is still genuine about it. He's still happy about it, and he still loves his fans and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like, when you listen to him play games, he's not playing them for himself as much anymore.
He just has to have content, I guess?
Yeah, he's just playing them for people to watch. He's not playing them because he's having fun with the game specifically. Yeah. He's just playing them because he has to put something out there kind of thing.
I guess.
That's what it feels like to me. I might be wrong.
What about, like, when, like... Okay, so when Undertale came out, before it got super popular, there was one person that I remember... I mean, he wasn't probably the first one, but he was definitely one of the earlier ones that got Undertale out.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh, this is a cool game, so I watched all of his videos. And then there's just tons and tons of the newer guys just playing that game because it was popular.
Right.
And they have to play it. It's not that they have to, it's just, it's a popular game, so they gotta keep up.
Well, their fans will start recommending it to them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which is okay, but it's like, not all the time they just want to straight off play that one game.
Yeah.
Which isn't bad, but it's like, oh, I get it. It's just keeping up with the trends. Because, like, right now, if we played, what was one of those big games that were just, like, not like Freddy, because that's kind of recent if you think about it. One of those games was super popular, and it was like, everyone played it, and then it's
there's Undertale.
Yeah, Undertale.
Stardew Valley right now.
Yeah.
Stardew Valley is one of them.
But it's a good game.
Yeah, it's a really good game.
So you do get genuine, like, reactions. But the thing is, it's one of those games you might want to play off on your own.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, so I mean, I get, like, genuine people playing, and then you get some of the ones that just like, alright, let's play it, you know, it's like, okay.
Alright, let's get in character, let's do this. I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just feeling weird about things.
I like going to, like, different, YouTubers.
I've actually been looking up a lot of small YouTubers lately.
Yeah, I do that too. I mean, to me, they're not small because they're just so good, and it just doesn't seem like they're small.
Good. They're really good.
Yeah.
I was watching one Let's Play by a guy, Archaic King, and he was playing Story of Seasons.
Yeah.
And I was watching his Let's Play, and he was really good at it. I mean, he made the editing so that he had a DS screen sort of thing around the outside of the gameplay, and he was trying new things to make it look better and sound better, and it was pretty good. I liked watching him, and he made sure that he was starting to kind of do the same sort of thing as I was talking about doing in Stardew Valley, which is cut out some of the more boring content, get to more things like events and character interactions and stuff like that were new so that people could keep interested in the game.
Yeah.
And he was taking all of that extra time and effort to do those sort of things and think about those sort of things, and it was nice.
Dedicated, yeah. Like, there's one Let's Player that I really like. He's pretty cool. It's Jerry Joe, and I think he was talking about, like, how he thought that his channel wasn't super, like, not fancy, with his fancy. No, it's like, he didn't think it was professional, and I'm like, God, to me, that's just professional, you know? He's really good, he knows how to interact with people, he always replies to people.
Yeah, and we're not professional at all, really. We're just sort of, like, relaxing and sitting around like, yeah, I guess this looks good.
Yeah. And, you know, he's really good, and he knows how to edit, and, you know, he takes time, and it's great. And it's like, that's how I see a professional person.
Yeah.
Very professional. And, you know, I mean, I see, like, the top brands, I guess, of the people.
Brands? They are kind of like brands, aren't they?
Because you got, like, Rooster Teeth, that's, like, their brand. You got,
yeah, but I mean, even just, like, the single people. Like, Markiplier is almost his own brand.
Yeah. Jacksepticeye.
Jacksepticeye.
Cry.
I can never say his name.
Cry's
PewDiePie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the only bigger YouTubers that I've seen that do sound more genuine with what they do, even if it is more scripted, is Game Grumps.
Yeah.
Because the Game Grumps still sound like they're just, like, people playing a silly game.
Yeah, even if it's like, like everyone was talking or praising this game, and then they go in like, it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's genuine. That's nice. You know, you want to kind of hear that. You don't want to hear everything good, you know, because then it's like, well, something must be wrong, you know.
Yeah. But I don't know, I've kind of gotten a lot more into small YouTubers lately. Maybe it's just because we own a YouTube channel now.
Yeah, maybe.
It's just sort of like...
Well, I've been picking up on people, and I'm like, oh, they actually, compared to other people, they do have a large amount, but they still have, like, a small amount. But it's not, like, small to us. I mean, well, to me, it's never small. It's just,
we have, like, 56 Seriously, like, 56 subscribers is way more than I expected in a while.
like, to me, that's like, holy crap, there's
56 people have subscribed
people
to
in the world.
Yeah.
Well, minus, like, 2 or 3, because
I don't even have 56 close friends, so I know that these aren't just, like, people that I know or something like that.
Yeah, see, I'm like, I've never actually advertised our thing, because I don't know how to advertise. I know on Facebook you're like, hey, guys, we did something weird today. It's just like, okay.
I do that sometimes, but...
Yeah, and we're just, like, talking about it.
I do tell my friends, too, and I know some of the subscribers are my friends, but at the same time, I don't have 56 friends.
Yeah. Something happened.
That are close friends that I've told about this.
Yeah, see, I don't know who, like, I don't know if it's just your friends that are watching these, but if, like, someone, okay, if someone is, right now, we don't know you, like, you're not Amber's friend, I'm pretty sure you're not my friend, I don't know who.
Hey, we're friends! We can be friends.
Yeah, we can be friends.
Do you want to be friends?
Yeah!
Let's be friends.
Yeah, say, hey, I'm new, I don't know, I, like, am watching your stuff, I'm like, why?
Yeah, leave a comment and tell us if you actually are listening.
And like, how did you find us?
You didn't see our advertisements or something, or if you found us in your sidebar or something like that. I'm kind of curious to find out.
I wonder if they could have found us from, like, a friend of your friends, and, like,
maybe
how that could happen. That's kind of cool.
If you found us from anyone that isn't us,
yeah,
let us know, because we're kind of curious about this. Alright, well, that will do that. I think that, that will do that. That will do that.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
That'll do, pig. That'll do. But yeah, I think that wraps it up for this week. If you like the show, subscribe for a new episode each week. And make sure you leave a like. And remember, if you have any topics that you'd like us to talk about, just leave a comment. And we'll probably get into it.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Alright. See you next time, guys.
Bye.
Bye.